Pixelpunk XL is a 3D first-person shooter where you pilot a ship around a labyrinth of tunnels. It's very reminiscent of Descent, and that came out in 1994, which gives Pixelpunk an old-school feel. It's on purpose, and makes you wonder if maybe I should have broken out the joystick. Still, I don't get to play nearly enough of these games, and Pixelpunk is pretty fun. I love how well the ship controls. You have complete control over your ship, 6 degrees of freedom. There are separate buttons for up, down, rotate left, rotate right, everything you'd expect. Flying around through these tight spaces is nerve-wracking. Vision is limited, and larger areas can cause just as much stress, which contributes to the fun of piloting. It takes a little bit to get used to the controls, and I would suggest using a keyboard. I know, right? That's not normal, but trust me. Using a controller to aim is a lot more difficult. The ship's controls aren't twitchy enough to make the digital input of a keyboard annoying. Unless I'm doing something wrong, using the keyboard is superior. I would make the big adjustments with the keyboard and use the mouse for aiming and small flying adjustments. Also for me, using shift and space keys to fly up and down makes a lot more sense. So while it's possible to use a controller, I would say go with the keyboard. The goal of the game is to beat all the bosses. However, they're locked until you collect enough artifacts in the random levels. There are 2 different kinds of artifacts, red and blue. One boss is locked behind each color, and you need 2 of each artifact to unlock them. The final boss is available after defeating the other 2 bosses. That's a little confusing, stick with me. The random levels are randomly generated, of course. With one of those artifacts at the end, you'll need to replay the random levels a few times to collect all the artifacts you need. They can also be regenerated at any time. You could replay the level, but I don't see the point. I always regenerated levels to keep the game interesting, even if I died during a run. The level generation is really good. I'm not sure exactly how they do it because only some of the areas look the same. I can't say for sure if it's a bunch of preset rooms put together. Each area looks so well assembled and are so much fun to fly through. I never got lost, and every new area I moved to felt unique. That deserves some real praise. The enemies of Pixelpunk are very limited with only a few types, and even then, they're really simple. Most of them are basic ships that fire lasers at you. Only one that's interesting flies straight at you while making a whining sound. I don't understand it, but that one has spooked me on more than one occasion. Entering a new room and hearing the sound makes me panic every time. Still, all of them are very easy to dispatch, even though they tend to hide around corners. Because of this, you need to be cautious when entering a room, or you'll get shot in the back. And while it can lead to some tense situations, I really want more enemies and many different kinds. The fact that I can see and hit enemies before they move isn't great either. The boss levels don't really have enough either. It's basically a big boss in the middle with some random enemies around the outside. So you need to fly around the boss, collecting ammo from the small enemies. It doesn't really rely on the game's other stronger features, so it just feels tacked on. The flying is fun, but now you're flying in a circle over and over again. Of course, this kind of repetitive gameplay is going to get boring quick. The weapons kinda missed the mark too. They're pretty much the same thing except different graphics. They both have the same amount of power and speed. While both upgraded weapons are better than the starter one, they don't differentiate enough to matter. It feels like a missed opportunity to add something special to the game. I want some depth with regular and alternate fire on the guns. Maybe a beam gun that uses more ammo and does more damage so you can't waste it. Or maybe a gun with a shield alt fire. Something creative. One really uncommon aspect of the game is the ability to switch the graphics. These filters completely change the graphics, and it's really neat. The pixel graphics make it feel very old school, but the whitish mode makes everything very clear. Now, I think the pixel's my favorite though. A nice little touch to have this changing graphics. overall, Pixel XL sets out to recreate a certain game style, and I think it works. The flying is fun and tense, but if you like something, you always want more of it. I realize I kind of dumped on the game, but it's because the foundation is solid. It always makes me sad to play a game I really enjoy and not get enough of. I want more from Pixelpunk. I really want to fly in different areas with more weapons. I want a wide array of enemies to destroy, and I wish the game was a little bit harder. So even with all that, I had a good time playing. The game is a lot of fun. Thanks for watching.